Assalamu alaikum, my name is Taimur Sikandar and today we are going to create the next part of the City Guide application in which we are going to learn how to create the OTP screen, and also we will learn how to use a pin view instead of the text field or the edit text field to get the pin or get some password from the user. So let me quickly show you what we are going to create. Let's run our application. So this is a splash screen. Basically this is a City Guide application to those who are new to this app, and we are going to implement this whole City Guide application. So this is a dashboard in front of you. Then we have created the navigation drawer, and when the user click on this plus button at the top, you will be redirected to the welcome screen we have designed. Then we have a login and sign up. So when the user click on this sign up and fill their details, we have three screens for the sign up. Again, let's click on the next button, and after getting the phone number, when the user click on this next button with the animation, a new screen will be appeared which will gonna say that enter the verification code. So this is a field in which we can change the background color, we can change the lines color of this pin view. And when the user added their pin, you can see the side lines are going to be removed. By this way we are going to get the OTP from the user. And when the user click on this cross button, because we are not going to allow the user to go back to the previous activity when he or she requested the code. So user can only cross it and go back to the first screen of the sign up, or you can redirect him or her to any screen you want. So that's it for the demo. Let's get started. Open the Android Studio project and you can see the sign up screen in front of you. As in the previous tutorial, we have designed three screens for the sign up, and now we are going to create the OTP. So first of all, before creating a new activity, go to the Gradle scripts, and inside open the build.gradle, which is app level. Open it, and inside we need to add one dependency. So I am going to paste this one, which is a pin view dependency, to add a pin design inside it. You can get this dependency from the description link and click on the sync now button. Okay, once it's synced, just close this one. Now let's create our new activity. So go to the app, Java, and inside we are going to create inside our login sign up. If you don't know how to create this structure, we have created in the first starting videos of our application of the City Guide, so go and watch that. So we are going to create the new activity inside the login sign up because it is again related to this one. So go to the new and activity, create an empty activity, and we are going to name it verify OTP. Click finish. Now you can see our new activity is created, and we have three sign up activities: a login, then startup screen inside the login folder. Okay, now head back to the XML because in this we are going to design. Okay, inside the XML we are going to design, not going to do anything with the Java file. So we are already in the split mode, and let me change the constraints layout to scroll view and press Alt Ctrl L to align the code. Now we need to add a background color, which is going to be white this time. As you guys know, scroll view can have only one child, so it should be a layout, and this one is a linear layout with match parent, and height is going to be wrap content because we cannot define the height in the scroll view. We can add a padding inside our linear layout to add some space of 30 dp. Okay, now in here we need to create an image view, which is going to be wrap content width and height. Now in here we need to define the source, which is a close icon. It is a white color, so we need to define its tint to black, and you can see we have a little X over there, and let's add some padding of 5 dp around it. User cannot basically go back from the OTP to the previous screen, and if user want to go back to the previous screen, then he should cancel all this process and again go back to the sign up screen to start the process again. so that's why we added the image over here. Then the next thing, we need to add a text view, and it is going to be wrap content width and height. Now we need to define its text. As always, I use the strings file to create our text. But this time it is just code verification and a description. I haven't written yet, but let me write it. So go back to this and set the text to OTP code. We need to define its text size. Text size is going to be 100 SP. Then add its color. Color is going to be black with the font family with a bold one. Now let's add, to make it all capital, you can go for the text all caps, make it true. Now you can see we have a code written over there, but we want to make it 2 words in 1 line. So we can do it by shrinking its width as well, but instead go back to the strings and inside next to the CO add a \n without any space and head back to the OTP, and now you can see we have what we want. We also need to define the orientation of the linear layout. As you can see now currently it is stacked horizontally, but we want to make its orientation vertical. And now the last thing, we want to make it at the center, so write gravity center and close it. Now we have a text. We need one more text. Copy this one and paste it. Change to OTP verification text, and its size is going to be 24 SP, and it is centered. That's fine. One more thing we need to define is we want to remove, or we want to make the text alignment to center, and also remove the text padding, include font padding, and it should be false. This is basically extra space. Just copy both text alignment and font padding to this one as well. Okay, now we need to create the last text, which is going to be description. Change its text to OTP description text. We need to change the font family because this one is a capital. We are going to use the regular one. Then change its size to 16 SP, and we need to add some space from the top. So add margin top to 50 dp. Okay, now here is what we are going to do. One more thing we want to remove is it should not be all caps. So pretty good. Now we need to add a pin view. So to add a pin view, the which we added the dependency for, so you just have to write pin view and choose the first one. Make it width match, wrap content width and height. You can see by default we have 4 icons or the 4 blocks on the right side of the screen. So to make it more, because the code sent from the Firebase contains 6 items, so we need to define item count is going to be 6. That's it. Now you can see there are 6. Then we need to do some item width. Item width is basically the width of each single item. So to make it a little bigger, I am going to write 50 dp width, and again height is going to be 50 dp as well. To make them center, write, again it's a linear layout, so we will go for the layout gravity to make it center. Then again we need to add some margin top, maybe 30 dp. Okay, now here is one more thing, that we can change its background color of the items. We can change the border color as well. So let's say you want to change the border color, which is line color, and make it, I am going to make it dark one, which is not the exactly black but a little less. Then we need to change its background. It is going to be item background, not the normal one. and item background is going to be light white in my case. The next thing, it will not work until you have defined the style. So please define the style, which is pinwidth dot pinview. Without I don't know why, but if you have not defined the style, it is not going to work properly. The more thing we can do with it, we can define its input type, and in our case it is going to be number. Add some cursor effects. So let's suppose the cursor visibility should be true. So cursor should be visible in each block, so user can know in which block it is. Then you can also make it false to hide it. Then you have a cursor width, cursor color, it is going to be black in my case. And let's suppose when the item is filled, user writes something inside some block. Let's suppose the first block is filled, so we want to remove its lines. For that we can go for the line hide line. When filled, make it true. So now the side lines will be removed when some text will be written inside it. And now last but not least, we can add its item radius. It will add a curve around the boxes. You can see it, a little curve over there. So now the last thing we need to create is a button, which is going to be width match parent, and height is going to be wrap content. Need to add its background. It is going to be the color primary, which is yellow one, and we need to define the text over here. Verify code. Let's add some margin top 30 dp and add the text color, it should be black. Close it, and that's it. Our OTP verification screen is pretty much ready. We will try to set the code automatically when the code arrives inside the device. So for now, that's it for this screen. If you learned something new, please like the video, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe it, because more such things are coming soon. So thank you for watching. Take care. Allah Hafiz.